there's one thing that we can be certain of at this point, and that's that I do not seem to care what I look like on social media. Wind whipped hair, whatever, no makeup, whatever. What we cannot be certain of at this point is what this channel is actually going to be, because I seem to be kind of bouncing all over the place, and that's okay because I'm just finding my way. And what I do know is that I keep kind of rolling into a place where I'm waiting for that perfect moment where I don't know I know exactly what I'm going to talk about, and like my hair is done and I have makeup on and I have on cute clothes, and I would say that that is happens about as frequently in my life as Haley's comment comes by. So if I don't keep doing something, I'm going to lose my mojo and my momentum. Do I have mojo? Do I have mojane? Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's gender neutral. Maybe it's mojo. Oh my gosh, I'm a dork. Anyway, so today I am just gonna talk a little bit about life. I spent my first night in my new house last night. Well, actually kind of camped out. There is a whole lot of renovation that's going to be happening here, which is pretty funny because I told a friend some time back that I would rather go to the dentist every day for a year than remodel a home. And I also told that same friend that every time I judged strongly, I got my booty handed to me. And I guess that's not really judging strongly, but I had a strong opinion about it. So now here I am doing that which I had a strong opinion about. So I'm not moving in until there have been some things that have taken place. Ceilings scraped and fireplace restoned and flooring and all kinds of crazy stuff. But we camped out here, me and my daughter and one of her friends. So think air mattresses and paper plates. And one of the things that I have noticed and that I talk a lot with my clients about is how when we make really big decisions, the universe is going to test us. And I say the universe, I have a blend of beliefs, honestly. I believe in God. I believe in the law of attraction. Some people might say that it's not the universe texting us, that it's the enemy. I'm not a big fan of the enemy speech, just because it feels icky to me. But some people, that's how they characterize it, and that works too. Whatever it is, when we make big change, we're gonna be asked, are you sure? You sure about that? So the day of my final walkthrough on this home, literally on my way, my vehicle stopped functioning. And I mean stopped functioning. $1,200 fix. You sure? You sure this is what you want to do? When we got here last night, it was already dark. The lights in the garage wouldn't come on. The air conditioning wasn't working. I couldn't figure out how to make the TV go. You sure? You sure this is what you want to do? So the good news is I figured out what was going on with the lights in the garage. It was just a toggle switch that had been on the far side that had been toggled in the wrong direction. There was a breaker that had been thrown, so I'm in the basement with my phone as a flashlight, flip the breaker. And thankfully, my ish, that's what I started to call him. I do not like the term ex, and he's not really my ex at this point yet. He's my parenting partner in crime. He's been my partner for a really long time. And so right now he's my ish. yeah, I'm gonna have to keep working on that. But even as we have negotiated the waves of our marriage and reorganizing out of our marriage, we are both unbelievably committed to the health and happiness of our child. And so he was very willing to come over and take a look at the TV and help me with the Roku. And honestly, I am certain I could have figured it out by myself, and there was part of me that felt like I should. And then I realized that that was just my pride. And so I gratefully accepted his offer of help, and it was good for all of us, I think, for him to come over and be part of that. So I think the message that I want to be able to share today is that every big change is laced with ambivalence. There isn't one that's easy, or at least it shouldn't be easy. And we're going to be asked time and time again, have you really thought this through? And what is brave for one person is not necessarily going to be brave for another person. So for me, you know, what feels brave and right and true is making the decision to move beyond my marriage. For another person, it could be making the decision to stay in a marriage that is not fulfilling or is not working in the way that that person would want it to. For another person, it could be choosing never to marry at all. What's brave for one person isn't necessarily brave for another. But whatever brave decisions we make, we're going to be asked, especially in the beginning, are you sure? And that's a good, powerful question to be asked. This morning, all three of us slept well, myself, my daughter, her friend. This morning I woke up and was filled with a sense of peace and hope and comfort. My daughter asked me sometime back, as things were kind of unfolding, and they've unfolded over a 2-year period, so it's been a really long time. I wish I knew how to edit. Sorry, friends. My ish made what to me felt like sort of a Hail Mary after the buzzer went off. It was not that from his perspective, that was my perspective. And so what my daughter saw was dad trying really hard and mom not being available for that. And she asked me, and this is my 12-year-old, mind you. So first of all, let me tell you that when she was about 3.5, at one point she did something kind of boneheaded, and I of course used the mom superpower of shaming and said, "Sissy, you know better than that." And she looked at me and said, "Well, evidently I don't." So this is what I'm working with. She said, "Mom, help me understand. If dad is trying and he can meet some of your needs, how can that be better than being alone and having none of your needs met?" To which I said, "Excellent question. And here's how I answered it. I don't know how to give less than 100% in a relationship. And so if I'm in the relationship where we have different needs, and we truly do have different needs, I have two choices. Give 100% and not feel fulfilled and begin to feel resentment, or not give 100% and be out of integrity with myself. or make a change and be able to use that energy somewhere else. And what I knew was that if I stayed with this choice, my child was not going to get the best me. I didn't say that part to her because I certainly didn't want her to think that she was in any way responsible for the changes that were taking place, but that's what I knew myself. We all have to make those choices. We all have to figure out what makes the most sense. But when I woke up this morning, I had the sense of, I have all of this energy and I get to figure out now where I'm going to be able to put that. And I may never have a relationship that meets all of those needs. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's an okay thing for me. What I know is that I won't have it if I don't create the space for it. So am I sure? I might have cried a few tears in the garage last night. Quietly. Secretly. I might have felt really scared. I might have been super relieved this morning when I realized that my tall gutters looked like a chia pet as well as my mid-level gutter, because that made me feel like I could justify hiring someone to clean them instead of trying to clean them myself. That's when you remember what it's like to be a solo homeowner. But yeah, I'm sure. I hope that as you make big decisions in your life and you are tested, that you will remember that that's part of the process and that you will be able to say, yeah, I'm sure. Take care.